Have you ever seen something so strange, so ridiculous, yet so oddly clever that you just couldn't look away? Like really? Have you ever asked yourself, why does this exist? But then, a second later, you think, wait, I kinda want one. That's the world of Chindogu. This isn't just some random trend, it's an art form born in Japan that flips the idea of useful right on its head. Chindogu are inventions that almost solve a problem, but not quite. They're real inventions, but designed never to be truly practical. Imagine a pair of chopsticks with a fan attached to cool your noodles while you eat. Genius, right? Until you realize how heavy and awkward it is to eat with a tiny propeller buzzing next to your face. But that's the charm. These inventions don't exist to make life easier. They exist to make us laugh, think differently, and maybe appreciate absurdity a little more. And that's what makes it so addictive. Because once you see one Chindogu, you just want to see the next. The term Chindogu literally means unusual tool in Japanese. But it's more than just a name, it's a philosophy. It started in the 1990s thanks to Kenji Kawakami, a Japanese inventor and editor who began creating gadgets that were deliberately unmarketable. Think of a baby onesie with dusting pads so your toddler cleans the floor as they crawl, or sunglasses with rear-view mirrors, because obviously pedestrians need a blind spot check. Sounds crazy? That's the point. Each invention pokes fun at how obsessed we are with convenience. It's satire, clever, visual, and totally unexpected. And what's even more interesting, none of these inventions are sold. That's one of the rules of Chindogu. They can't be used to make money. Because the moment it becomes a business, it stops being Chindogu. That purity is what keeps the spirit alive. Because let's be honest, if you actually tried to sell a full-face umbrella or a shirt that doubles as a tissue, people would either call you a genius or completely lose faith in humanity. And that's exactly the line Chindogu loves to walk. It's not about the profit, it's about the chaos. It's about the pure joy of making something so unreasonably specific, it could only exist for the meme. That freedom? That's what makes Chindogu feel more real than half the overproduced junk we see online. It's messy, useless, and somehow perfectly human. And the internet? It's eating it up. Today, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube are packed with creators showing off homemade Chindogu. Some go viral overnight. The reason? People can't get enough of weird solutions to problems they never had. But why does it work so well in this digital age? Well, our feeds are flooded with sleek, minimalist, smart gadgets. Everything promises to be efficient, optimized, perfect. Then along comes someone wearing a toilet paper hat for allergy season, and it's like a glitch in the Matrix. Funny, confusing, refreshing. You pause, you watch, you share. That's the hook. Chindogu doesn't take itself seriously. And that's what makes it powerful. Because it's not just a joke, it's a rebellion. A protest against the pressure to always be productive, streamlined, flawless. These bizarre creations remind us that it's okay to be silly. It's okay to invent for the fun of it. And honestly, isn't that something we all need a little more of? Let's be real. Who decided everything has to be useful to be valuable? Why can't pointless things still have a point? Take the umbrella that flips upside down to collect rainwater. You'd never use it, but you remember it. You talk about it. You laugh about it with friends. That's impact. That's culture. And Chindogu? It's become a movement. Schools, artists, even companies have used the idea to spark creativity. It's a gateway to thinking outside the box, without the pressure of success. There's no failure in Chindogu, because absurdity is the goal. And ironically, some of these inventions accidentally inspire real innovations. What starts as a joke becomes a spark. Maybe not the fan chopsticks, but what about a hands-free noodle-cooling system? Sounds silly, until it doesn't. That blurred line between genius and madness, Chindogu dances right on it. And that's what keeps people scrolling, liking, and watching more. So here's the real question. If Chindogu are totally impractical, why can't we stop thinking about them? because deep down, they reflect something universal, our hilarious, never-ending obsession with fixing problems that barely exist. Like sure, walking in the rain is annoying, but do we really need a full-body umbrella suit that makes you look like a walking jellyfish? Apparently, yes. Yes, we do. And let's not forget the noodle splash guard, a plastic shield you strap to your face while slurping ramen. Is it stylish? Absolutely not. Does it work? Kind of. Would anyone ever wear it in public? No way. But that's the magic. It's so outrageous, it becomes unforgettable. Chindogu doesn't just entertain, it reveals the awkward, irrational little moments of everyday life. The ones we usually ignore until someone makes a product so ridiculous that we suddenly feel seen. It's like the world's weirdest therapy session. And it hits even harder in today's world, where everything is optimized to death. Chindogu is a middle finger to over-engineering. It's the anti-AI, anti-smart, anti-perfection revolution, disguised as a spaghetti helmet. But even with all its silliness, there's genius behind the chaos. Kenji Kawakami created over 600 Chindogu, and he laid out 10 golden rules. Like, they must exist physically, they must be useless in a practical sense, and, get this, they must be made with the spirit of anarchy. No joke. He literally calls it a spirit of anarchy. So yes, that toilet plunger helmet you just saw, that's revolutionary art, baby. And while some laugh, others get inspired. Because Chindogu strips away the fear of being ridiculous. It gives permission to create just because. Not for sales, not for clout, just for joy. Imagine applying that mindset to your own life. Not every idea needs to change the world. Sometimes it just needs to make you smile. That's a win too. And believe it or not, Chindogu has started to influence the mainstream. Major brands have started using fake inventions in their ads. You've seen it. Those spoof products that go viral just for being weird. That's Chindogu's DNA, repackaged with a budget. But the real stuff? It's still raw DIY, and usually made with duct tape, cardboard, and dreams. That's what keeps it authentic. And when viewers stumble on a Chindogu video, they don't just watch. They tag friends, comment, "I need this," and laugh their way through the whole reel. Because it's not just content, it's a shared experience, a beautiful, bizarre moment of, what did I just watch? And that's exactly why this trend keeps exploding. It's the perfect mix of surprise, humor, and harmless chaos. Plus, there's zero pressure to make sense. You can glue slippers to a mop, strap a phone holder to your chin, or invent a selfie stick for two people. The worse it is, the better it works. And who knows, maybe that ridiculous-looking umbrella hat will be the next big fashion statement. After all, we've seen worse on runways. So the next time you think, this idea is too dumb to try, remember Chindogu. It celebrates the nonsense. It honors the cringe. It turns failure into a feature. And in a world obsessed with being serious, that's actually kind of brilliant. Which brings us to the best part. You don't have to be an engineer or artist to make your own. All you need is a weird idea, some tape, and zero shame. That's it. Try it once, and you'll start seeing Chindogu opportunities everywhere. A way to pet your cat while cleaning, a hoodie that doubles as a popcorn bowl. Welcome to the club. You're one of us now. So before you scroll to the next video, hit that subscribe button. Stick around. Because the world is full of problems that don't need solving, but we'll try anyway. And if you ever feel like the weird one for thinking up useless ideas, just remember, you're not alone. You're a Chindogu genius in the making.